Hello and welcome to A Little Coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. Come on, somebody. That's what I'm talking about.
We definitely need a whole lot of Jesus.
I need a whole lot of Jesus, more so than this cup of coffee, I can promise you. So to my right, I'm Pastor Michael. To my right is Pastor Annette. To my left is Pastor Dave. We're so glad to be with you today, in this wonderful time of doing our podcast.
Yes.
That's right. We got to podcast it, right? All right, so what I want to talk about first, though, is this is December, and there's a lot of things happening around Central Triad Church in the month of December, and I kind of wanted us to go over those real quick. Okay. So the first thing coming up is we have December 19th. Mm-hmm. That is the kids, our children, will be doing a whole Christmas
presentation.
Yes.
Yes, it is Shad's. It's Shad's first Christmas.
Shad's first Christmas.
Yes.
So you're going to want your kids to be at this.
Mm-hmm. And
you
the
want
grandparents
your family
and the uncles.
You want the cameras. Mm-hmm. You want to get pictures out there.
It's going to be good.
We might even have a place for grandparents.
A man dressed in red is going to be here.
A man dressed in red?
And
What?
a photo opportunity. I mean, you know, just saying.
Do you know who the man dressed in red is?
That's real long beard.
I don't think he visited me that much. I was
He's
on the
You were the naughty list.
Only
too
good
much.
kids get to see the man.
So we have the kids' presentation, our Central Kids presentation on December 19th. Shad the camel will be there. Shad's first Christmas.
Which that's going to be awesome. It's going to see him.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. He's actually going to be singing too.
Shad the camel?
Shad is going to be singing.
I have never seen that before.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's
I
going to
didn't
be
know
cool.
he could sing.
Yeah, it's going to be breaking it
Shad
out.
Can.
This Shad can sing. Okay, you want to see a miracle on Christmas, then you got to come see it.
The singing
December
camel.
19th, Sunday morning. Now, are they doing that in both services?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're doing that 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So get your grandparents, get your kids involved, number one. If you're not involved yet, bring your kids, watch this whole thing. It's a lot of fun. You don't want to miss this. And we're going to have a great time with that. Now, also we have Christmas Eve coming up. Christmas Eve service at 6 p.m.
Yes.
That we're going to have our Christmas Eve celebration.
Yep. And for those who don't know the date, that's December 24th.
Yes, good job, Pastor Dave.
There are some things.
My brilliant husband fussed at us all one year whenever we were trying to set this, and he kept saying, "It does not have the date on it." We're like, "It's the same date every year, honey." But no, people need to.
Why am I being thrown under the bus about Christmas Eve? This is
had
not.
a lot of things on his plate that day, but he was real adamant, like we all can be.
Without good friends, who needs enemies? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you noticed the last couple of Sundays, I made sure to say, "And what day is it?"
And I was going, I have seen everybody goes, Christmas Eve,
December 24th.
Yeah, well, just clarity.
Yes,
Little clarity helps people.
Extra information's always good.
This is going to be great. We have a string quartet coming in.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. We have candlelit. We have a special guest singer that will be there with us as well. She was here this past Sunday.
Yes, Miss Jalessa Cade.
Jalessa Cade.
Yes. 2021 Dunamis Gospel Award. I think maybe new Artist of the Year winner.
I can't remember the exact one.
Vocalist of the Year winner.
Vocalist, I think is what it was.
She got a couple awards that night, just saying.
Yeah. Talented young lady.
Insanely.
She's crazy as all get out, too. I want to point that out. Y'all don't know this yet. That one was crazy. Hilarious.
Laughter does the soul good.
Yes, it does.
So we were real good yesterday after lunch. So let's just go with that.
Carrabba's. Woman kicked out of Carrabba's.
But regarding the New Year,
Christmas Eve
service.
So close to
I was so close. Jalessa pointed out that she's already got her fa la la dress and it's ready. So it's a good opportunity if you want to sparkle things.
Polka dots
if you want to sparkle things up a little bit, you can come all fancy, but you don't have to. Just come.
It's about a 1 hour service. It's all about worship to the King of Kings, celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. So that's what we want you to be there for. It's going to be awesome.
There's also, speaking of food, there's going to be cookies there, Christmas cookies.
Is there wassail?
And
wassail?
have some
Why are you doing like that?
Because it's so yummy.
Yep. I like that.
Snacks. I always like snacks.
Well, I do too. So the waffle, we have the drink, the wassail drink, which is really, really good.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you could describe what it tastes like.
Christmas in a cup.
Okay, that's one way to put it.
That's good.
An idea of what's in it to give us more.
You don't want to give it away. It's an experience.
It's not like
Christmas in a cup.
It's not like drinking cinnamon tea or something like that. It's not like that, is it? It's different than that.
It's kind of cinnamony and fruity.
Oh yeah, it's delicious. It's
Christmas
amazing. All right, so you want the wassail? That'll be good too. And of course, when you walk in the door, you have cookies and wassail. You can go to your seat. Service starts at 6 o'clock. we're going to have powerful songs of worship and praise. I'm really expecting this year's going to be fun in a great way because there's going to be a lot of excitement involved.
The string quartet's going to be there too.
I think I said that earlier, but yes, string quartet will be there, full band, praise team. It's going to be a wonderful
and
time.
then, of course, you've got Pastor Kelly.
Going
to be singing
Mr. Oh Holy Night himself.
Holy Night.
Yes,
So
you've got to hear this in person, the standard.
I think it really sets the tone for the Christmas. But the way we do it, I'm really happy with. It's a really, I don't know. It's just there's just a unique feeling when you're there, getting ready for the Christmas holidays.
It puts it all in perspective.
Yep.
It's not about all these gifts and it's all about all the presents and all this stuff. It's not about all that. It's about just celebrating our King of Kings.
Yep.
And that night is powerful for that. So we don't want you to miss that. Now go back on the 19th of December, the same Sunday that we have our kids' presentation of Shad's First Christmas is also the same Sunday that we have our legacy offering take place, December the 19th, legacy offering. And so you may ask, well, what's a legacy offering? Well, we've spent the last 4 weeks preaching on a series entitled Legacy, which explains what it means to be a tither, what it means to sow seed, and all these details that I think are really powerful that the church has to have to understand our full potential, right? What we can walk into. Yeah. And so that's going to take place on the 19th. So what that means is I want you to pray about what it is you would want, what it is you believe the Lord wants you to give on December 19th, as a part of the legacy offering. And I have some notes I'm trying to pull up. I can't pull them up.
And while you're trying to find those notes, speaking of legacy offering, if you haven't had a chance, or if you weren't here or you haven't had a chance to watch that on the app, that 4-part series, I'd encourage you to do so. There's a lot of, make sure you've got some pen and paper around. It's a lot of great information. I've heard you do it now probably, 5-6 times over the years.
I don't know.
And each time there's something else that jumps out at me when you're teaching it. It's not your normal money sermon.
It's so not.
Preacher talking about money.
Yeah,
Saw that coming.
It's a lot of, and I hate to use the word because so many people, it's a lot of in-depth, meaty substance type stuff that puts something.
It helps bring understanding.
Yeah, there we
it's
go.
something you know, but when you understand why you're doing, doing what you know, why you're doing what you know to do. I mean, it's head knowledge, but when you take these sermons in, it becomes heart knowledge and it brings understanding and it totally shifts your focus and understanding about a lot of things, about communion, about alms, about, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's powerful time. And so this legacy offering means so much. We don't take up offerings throughout the year. No. We don't take up special offerings. We do that for a reason. I find it better, the church functions better when everybody learns what it means to be tithers and we step up to the plate and we live that way. And so we at the church, we do everything we can to create margins, but our pace is really dependent upon your generosity. And that's just an absolute truth of it. So once a year, we do this one time of a special offering. And so we use this in several areas. Matter of fact, I'll give you some ideas. We use this in 5 different areas. Number one, we're going to use it right here in North Carolina to partner with local ministries and charities. We also want to use it to help churches in America, help start new churches, join with other churches to help reach more people in America, because I believe America needs to be in revival right now, like never before. We also use it, number 3, the third reason would be strategically overseas. And we have partnered with very specific ministries that we have come to know.
Yes.
It's not just a name out there somewhere or somebody we never met. We've actually had them come here.
We've been in their homes.
We've been in their homes. We've been in their homes in Pakistan. We've been in their homes in Israel. We've been in their homes in Africa. So we know who these people are and what we're giving towards. And so what I love about what we do there is we make a difference. So we'll have Bibles printed in specific languages. We've had I think 5 or 6 families now set free from what we call slavery there in Pakistan.
We fund crusades in those areas, and
pastoral trainings,
leadership trainings, supplies, and then beyond that, like he's speaking to about basically buying people out of slavery. And we don't just redeem them out of that situation, but then they are also set up into a program that helps them to never have to fall into that situation again.
Exactly.
It helps them build their own financial realm with learning how to produce goods or provide services. And so that is all coupled with the Word of God. So it's such a fullness that is brought to a deliverance and a redemption.
It's hard to explain it to people, but once you've walked on the ground of a brick kiln and you have seen these people live in absolute squalor, it's hard to describe. And knowing that they don't want to be there, but they can't leave under the threat of death, it is horrific the way this system works. But because of the generosity of Central Triad Church, there are now 5 families out there no longer living in that fear and are learning how to live a blessed life and walking this thing out tremendously. So I know it may sound like some place you don't know anything about, but we've been there, we've walked those grounds, we've seen it for ourselves. It's a major difference when you see it for yourself.
It changes their legacy.
Exactly.
So instead of a legacy of slavery, now you have this entire family that has a legacy of hope and provision.
Yep.
So it's massive. So when you give in this legacy offering, when you give whatever it is the Lord leads you to give, just know it is going to places that make sense and can truly affect someone's life. And the fourth area, you were the youth pastor here for like eternity, I think it was.
22 plus years.
22 plus years, man. Yeah. So you appreciate this fourth one because it's the next generation.
Yep, next generation.
This offering is designed to help us help make our youth department stronger, greater, conferences, things of that nature, to invest in our kids. We're always trying to find ways to invest more and more in our kids right here, and we got to do more of that.
Yeah.
Because they got to do it.
A lot of times the phrase everybody say, well, it's the church of tomorrow. I believe the student ministry, youth ministry is the church of today.
Exactly.
If you don't invest in them today, you're going to lose them tomorrow.
You don't have tomorrow, that's today.
No,
you're exactly right. And so that's huge to us. And then the fifth place that we use this legacy offering will be for our church projects. We're working to build and remodel our campuses here. We're still in the middle of that. That's really going well. And for those who've walked on the building, you see a lot of changes taking place. And of course, one day to build future campuses. I'm still believing we're going to do that very soon. And then of course, the updates. Technology is the biggest deal. Here we are today, sitting here. I'm actually borrowing someone's camera to use today. That's not my camera to broadcast, to make this podcast, right? And so our digital side of things has still got to keep developing. You know, we have cameras in the church and we have sound system. We have a lot of great things. Thank God we were prepared for whenever this all hit, when it did, that we were able to manage what we did afterwards through COVID. But here we are today, and only learning now, we just got to get better all the time.
It's like that, your phone, you always have to have updates on your phone. Well, with technology, if you don't update and invest in it, then you're behind.
So there's more cameras to buy. We got other things we got to do to make sure our online broadcast gets better and better, and we become that place you want to turn to on a regular basis. So this is what the legacy offering goes towards. Like I said, once a year. We don't do this throughout the. I've been in church and we took 7 offerings up in one service, right? And I was like, can I please just leave this room? I don't know what's going on. Yes. We don't do that all year long. We learn what it means to live in tithing. We know what it means to give offerings.
And there's something else. I mean, we've all got our stories that we can share about giving. I remember there was one time I was at a conference and they call you all up. It was student pastors, and if you really believe in the young people, then come forward and all of that. So went up there and they were like, now every one of you standing here today, you're going to have to give $50. And I didn't have $50 on me to even get back home from the conference.
What?
And so I had a $5 bill in my pocket. So I remember taking and folding it so you could see that it was a 5. So I could put it in. They
drug you to the platform and told you to get $50.
Yes. And so, I folded it just right and I put it in the bucket so I could walk away. And it was not that I didn't have the heart to give to it. I just didn't have the money to give to it at that thing. I had to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still confused. So you were trapped.
I was. There was no way out. You're in front of a congregation out there. And so I'm sitting there going, oh, dear Jesus. So I'm saying that to say this. Yeah, I did. And I folded it just right. You should have seen me folding them. Like, hallelujah. But what I'm saying here is the one good thing about the way that Central Triad does offerings and stuff, it's never an embarrassing moment.
Right.
We don't call people out. It's like what you said when you were preaching your sermon. You touched on certain things. But it's not, we don't try to embarrass you or anything like that. No. It's between you and God.
Exactly right. And I love the way you do the offering every Sunday.
Oh, yes.
The way that you do that, the conversation takes place there, the yeses.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
It's positive.
Yeah.
It's positive, and I feel like I'm that flat cheerleader that's going, yes. No. But I stick with it because I know the importance of positioning yourself for blessing. And I think the enemy has done such an incredible job of teaching people or trying to convince people that it's all this and this about giving. And the whole time God's going, no, it's about this. When you align yourself with your financial commitment, then you are positioning yourself for greatness, for blessing. It's a weapon.
Exactly
and it boosts. I mean, there are plenty of prayers we have prayed with, Lord, we need this to happen, and we're a tither. We're going to remind you that we put you first, even in our finances, which is hard to do a lot of times. But it just is commitment validation and a weapon, and worship. It's all kinds of amazing things.
It's powerful. Don't miss it. When you're in service, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we want to tell you, everybody watching, we are so grateful for you. We are thankful for you. We're all honored to be your pastors. It truly is a joy to walk in this place and see you person to person and enjoy the presence of the Lord together and online through these cameras. And it means so much. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right things.
I want to say thank you to helping push the kingdom forward and pushing Central Triad forward during 2021. Thank you for all that you've done, all the prayers, all the messages, all the texts, the encouraging words, the emails. We just want to say thank you because, I'm a firm believer, and I know Pastor hates it when I say it sometimes. I am a firm believer that many hands do make light work.
That's right.
And
it's true.
The staff couldn't do it alone. It takes all of you guys that are sitting out there and that are helping to push this vision forward for Central Triad Church. And we want to say thank you. We love all you guys.
Yes. Proverbs 3:35 in the New King James Version says, "The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools." And we don't want anyone to feel like their legacy is nothing but folly and shame.
Come on.
And so that's why, I'm so thankful that you have taken the time and created the Legacy series because it helps people realize the inheritance they can walk into and the legacy that they can change, not just for themselves, but for generations to come.
That's powerful. So don't forget, December 19th, our Central Kids presentation, our Christmas presentation with Shad the camel, who's going to sing. I don't know what camel can sing, but camel's going to be singing here on December 19th. Also, December 19th, our legacy offering. Pray about what God wants you to bring as sowing a seed into this place. It's going to be powerful. And then Christmas Eve, December when?
It's the 24th.
24th.
December 24th.
December 24th. It's going to be powerful.
Yes.
We don't want you to miss it. 6 p.m. It's going to be awesome. We love you guys. God bless you. Because here at Central Triad Church, we transform lives, produce believers, and impact the world.